Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to talk about something that affects most of us. How do we manage to do everything we want to do on a daily basis, considering that time and energy don't always cooperate? The truth is that we have a lot of things in mind, but often we can't do everything in a single day. And this is where mini habits come in. You see, we usually set big goals and then it's hard to achieve them all, like practicing the piano, reading, meditating, working out, and still managing to do all this in 24 hours. But I assure you, it is possible. I'd like to share with you a method I've discovered that's a godsend for dealing with all these things that compete for our attention. A long time ago, I wanted to include meditation in my daily routine and make it a regular habit. Then it hit me, I'm going to meditate for 20 minutes every day. But, well, it didn't work out very well. Sometimes I couldn't even start meditating, so what if I stayed for 20 minutes? I'd end up making excuses, like I have to be somewhere else in a while or I can't meditate right now, I don't have time. The result? There are days when I can't even meditate for a minute. And then I was in a bad way, right? The next day, there was that self-check, I'm going to make up for it and meditate for 40 minutes today. But obviously that didn't work either. That's when the idea hit me to change my approach. I decided to do things differently. Instead of putting so much pressure on myself, I decided to simplify meditation as much as possible. I reduced the time I spent meditating from 20 minutes to 2 minutes. That way, no matter what was going on in my day, I could meditate for 2 minutes, anytime, anywhere. Zero excuses. One of the biggest problems we face is expecting too much of ourselves, which often leaves us short of our goals. Imagine, you want to go to the gym and work out for an hour. But what if you only have 40 minutes to spare? Most people give up going to the gym because their goal was to work out for an hour. Then they end up doing 0 minutes. Do you understand the drama? And that's where mini habits come in. These are habits with such low expectations that you can do them every day without fail. Even if you're not feeling up to it or you're really busy, you can still do the mini habit. And the good thing is that even if you only do a little bit, there's no guilt. Now, remember that list of activities? Playing the piano, reading, meditating, and working out? So, in reality, these are summarized versions. For example, when I talk about playing the piano, it's not like I'm playing for an hour straight. In reality, it's just 3 minutes. Or when I mention reading, it's 1 page of a book. Meditation? Just 2 minutes. And to work out, just a few push-ups. And that's when the magic happens. Although it may seem that I'm not being that productive, these mini habits allow me to do a bit of everything over time, creating habits that really last. Years ago, when I was struggling with meditation, turning it into a small version made all the difference. Expectations were so low that getting started wasn't a problem. And what happened was that often, after doing 2 minutes of meditation, I would end up extending it, sometimes to 20 minutes. Even if the goal was just 2 minutes. And that's why mini habits are so good. Even on days when you don't feel like it or don't have time, you do the minimum version. So you're always doing something and you don't have that burden on your conscience. And often, you realize that the mini habit ends up extending. Here's the thing, the hard part is getting started. That's where mini habits come in, because the expectation is so low that it doesn't stop you. And once you've started and got the hang of it, it's easier to keep going. Do you know the law of physics that says that an object in motion tends to keep moving? Well, that goes for us too. If you're winding down to do something, it's hard to start studying for an hour straight, right? But if you've already studied for 3 minutes, it's easier to keep going. And that's what mini habits do, they help give you that little boost. Have you ever heard the saying you get there slowly? So, with mini habits, you can go a long way. If you've been putting off tidying your room, start with something easy, like organizing your desk. Once you've started, it's easier to continue. Maybe you'll even get excited and clean the whole room. And even if you don't do anything else, at least you've done a little bit. And this minimalist approach will give you more results in the long run than the conventional approach. Thanks for following, guys.